Everybody, how are you? Uh, Last lecture we talked about the concept of communicative competence, and we said that there are five types of communicative competence. Uh, the last one was the strategy competence, which refers to the use of strategies to overcome the breakdown during the communication. Okay, uh, some teachers aim at having communicative classroom. So how to relate the how to make a relation between communicative competence and communicative classroom, right? Begin lesson with little word calls pre-communicative activities used primarily with beginning and intermediate level students. Pre-communicative activities allow the teacher to isolate specific element of knowledge or skill that can boost communicative ability, giving students opportunity to practice them uh, without having to fully engage in communicating meaning. Littlehood, this causes two types of pre-communicative activities. Okay, pre-communicative refers to what the stage before communication, which means what we are learners or children try to use the linguistic structure and elements such as simple sound, phonemes to communicate. Okay, little would discusses two types of communicative activities: structural and quasi communicative. Structural activities refers to what grammar يعني from its name من اسمه نحو grammar قواعد and lexicon يعني مفردات vocabulary of English, while quasi communicative activities focus on how the language is used to communicate meaning. So quasi refers to what we use language to express and to deliver meaning. Quasi communicative activities are often in the form of dialogues. So what are the most representative example of quasi activities is what is dialogue. So dialogue is one of the most representative example of uh, quasi activities, are often in the form of dialogues or relatively simple activities in which students interact under highly controlled conditions. Okay, illustrate of these two types of pre-communicative activities in beginning level class. I observed in Hungary are provided. The teacher goal was to teach students how to ask about food likes and dislike. Teacher first taught a grammatical item, the use of auxiliary verb do when used in yes no question. Structural activities, she began by giving several examples such as 1. Student, you like a cake? Do you like to eat a cake? She led a student in vocabulary building activities, another structural. Uh, in order to work up communicative activity, the teacher gave students the sample pre-communicative activities hand out below. يعني they are provided with this picture of fish and ice cream and Kleenex, right? Then the teacher held a picture of each item, a piece of cake, as she did. She asked the whole class, "Do you like to eat cake?" The student then shouted yes or no, depending on their preference. Okay, the teacher then handed out the dialogue that combined grammatical and vocabulary items and added new language. Do you like cake? Yes, I do. Do you like banana? Yes, I do. Then the teacher, what did the teacher do? The teacher read the dialogue out loud, and the student repeat it after her. She asked the student to practice it again. So In these activities, the teacher leads the dialogue, then the student repeats after her. This means what? The teacher makes what the use of cozy communicative activities which are related by making interaction among students or by giving them dialogue, right? شباب هذا الباقي مجرد شرح للاطلاع يعني لا تدخل به يعني ركزوا لي على التعاريف والفرق بين الكوزي وال pre-communicative activities. هسه نجي وياكم إلى موضوع what makes communicative classroom communicative يعني how to promote communication within the classroom, how to make your classroom communicative, right? Okay, four closely related factors contribute to making classroom communicative. The first, reducing central traditional position of teacher. So in order for classroom to be more communicative, then you have to passive. Do not be active and do not be at the central of the control of your classroom. Okay? However, this does not mean that the teacher have to give control of the classroom. The teacher maintain control of what goes on the classroom. You have to be at the center of classroom, but in the sense that the student should participate and communicate and use language as used in real life situation. Okay, the teacher can maintain control of what goes on the classroom while giving student freedom to initiate communication among themselves with teachers. See, okay, factors contributing to make classroom communicative. This is very important. Centrality of teacher to be reduced. Appreciation for uniqueness of individual. It means what? You have to make the student to work collaboratively and individually, and you have to focus on the uniqueness of the student. يعني فردية أو خصوصية الفردية أو الخصوصية أو يعني امتياز الطلبة يعني student are what each student is unique متميز امتياز الطلبة بعضهم عن الآخر يعني each student can be what is unique from one another and chances for students to express themselves in meaningful ways. So to encourage them to express and talk about themselves, choices both in relation to what students say and how to say. Genuine communication enhanced if there is an appreciation for the uniqueness of individual in the classroom.